This is a response to a question from our Patreon community. And in particular, this question is from Amit. And it's a really good question. It's the kind that has sometimes come to me from other members of the Patreon community, so it's doubly important to respond. Amit asks, if profit and increasing shareholder value is the goal and objective of a capitalist corporation, what would be the goal and objective of a non-capitalist corporation in a socialist economy that operated differently? Well, let's begin by unpacking the profit maximization shareholder value objective. It is often taught in economics courses that this is some sort of objective standard of efficiency. That is completely false. It is a standard erected for the benefit of the owners and the chief executives and managers and board of directors of capitalist corporations. When you maximize the profit of a corporation, the difference between its revenues and its costs, that difference falls into the hands, by law, of the board of directors. That board then decides how to distribute it. It can do virtually anything. It can distribute it to the shareholders as dividends. It can distribute it to top executives as incredibly large salaries. It can plow it back in to grow the company. It can do a whole variety of things as it sees fit. And one of the reasons, of course, that we have such a grotesque inequality of income and wealth in capitalist economies today more than ever is precisely because the people into whose hands the profit maximization flows are the ones who give it then to themselves. They give it to the shareholders, they give it to themselves as members of the board of directors who literally distributes it, and so they become much richer than everybody else, which is the story of capitalism most of the time. Likewise, increasing shareholder value, well, that again helps the shareholders, just like distributing profits in the form of dividends does. So maximizing profits and shareholders has nothing to do with efficiency in some abstract or universal sense. It's efficient for the people who sit at the top of the pyramid. And there is the transition. In a socialist economy, the maximization of the profit of a company would never be the so-called bottom line, the objective, either by itself or together with increasing the value of the corporation. No, the commitment of socialism to democracy includes, of course, as it must, not to be self-defeating and selfly illogical, if you like. The goal of socialism is to democratize the corporation, to make it a community in which all the people who work in a company together decide, one person, one vote, what to do. And what to do in a company includes not only what are we going to produce and what technology are we going to use and where is the production going to take place, but it also includes what are the goals. What are we going to do in terms of the objectives this company is designed to achieve? And that should be a set of objectives, democratically arrived at. Sure, they could include growing the company. They could include paying higher or lower salaries to this or that part of the company. But it would also include protecting the environment. It would also include having a proper balance between the home lives and the work lives of all the working people. It would mean a socially responsible participation in the community. It would be a democratic collection of objectives and allocating whatever net revenue flows in the company to all of them rather than a few of them, and masking it all as if you were objectively pursuing efficiency when you maximize profits. You're not. You're serving a small part of the problem, a small part of the community, and that's the fundamental problem of capitalism all the way through. I hope this has been of interest. I appreciate both your questions and the opportunity to respond. Thank you.